News, my lovely, wonderful people. Yes, so our very own brother Bode George has spoken. He said, why is Justice Okoro driving us back into the jungle? The whole world is growing and progressing. Why is he joining? How much was it that he was offered to destroy Nigeria's democracy? And he's unapologetic about it, going about, releasing judgment that is against the will of the people and against the people, even with evidences being produced to them. They will tell you, based on technical issues, they will not answer these questions, or they will not, then they will cancel what needs to be looked at. And so this has really jeopardized Nigerians, opportunity for a real, honest, sincere position for the change that we really need. So it is very important that every single person pays attention to this. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. Why is Justice Okoro driving us back into the jungle? The whole world is growing, Bode George says. According to Vanguard, Chief Bode George, a prominent figure of the Nigerian politics, former military administrator of the old Ondo state, and ex-deputy national chairman of the People Democratic Party, recently shared his insight on various aspects of the political career in a career interview. The conversation touched on the 2023 general election, the controversial Supreme Court verdict affirming President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's victory, lessons learned by the People Democratic Party, the imperatives to revisit the 2014 National Conference report, and judge determinations to stay active in politics. According to him, I listened and heard the judgment. I became very sad. As the apex body, I was very disappointed about that judgment. If he won justifiably and seamlessly, why not? No problem. There are two major areas of concern for me. One, Okoro redefined the status of Abuja. How? You must have the majority of votes and you must win two-thirds of the states of the federation and Abuja. Abuja is not among the states because Abuja is not a state. I believe the Supreme Court has given a rule in the past. So why is Justice Okoro driving us back into the jungle? The whole world is growing, but we are going back because people want to stay relevant in their political choice so that they can bring in their candidates in order for them to stay where they are. Expressing disappointment, Chief Bode George addressed the Supreme Court verdict of the 2023 election as questionable. He said the judgment, especially by Justice Okoro, interpreted that Abuja is one of the states. It's very disappointing. Where people see and they know, but they pretend because of what they've been offered. Judge argued that Abuja, like Washington, D.C. in the United States, should not be considered a state. Only in Nigeria we can change and turn things within a twinkle of an eye. He pardoned the implementation of this rule on the evolving nature of global governance and expressed concerns about the historic legis- legends of judges now being involved in politics and taking turns that has drastically destroyed our nation and has not given us a fair hearing in the nations of the world. So this is part of what is happening and everybody can see. Now this is what is going on and it is becoming a real concern, and everybody's wondering, what we can do differently in order to avert and to save this nation from what is currently going on now. Everybody is really, really watching, to see, what these judges are doing and how they are going about dispensing justice. It is clear that we don't have, real sincere people who are, currently, sadly, part of our judiciary system. Justice Okoro, we all watch it. We all watch the news. And I mean, it was aired, the Supreme Court judgment, and it pained everyone. Where you are seeing white, but they are telling you that white is not really white, it's a purple. That what you are seeing is a figment of your imagination. The color has been distorted. And everybody's wondering and saying, but this is white. He said, no, it's not white. And gave an example, but they just gave an example of what is going on, in Washington D.C. You don't associate it with one of the states in America. In Nigeria, the this thing is not a part of it at all. Okay, the what's it called? Abuja is not a state. We have 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. But when they were giving their judgment, they said the Federal Capital Territory should be treated as a state. So they changed the tune of the statement, and everybody was wondering, all because they wanted to please Tinubu. And Bode just said, Justice Okoro and the rest of you, because of whatever you have gotten or whatever was given to you, be careful. Be very careful. You are part of the people who wants to destroy this nation. And while the whole world is moving forward, making real progress, Nigeria is going backward because of your choice, because of some of the choices you have made. These justices were supposed to be men and women of integrity. But guess what? People in the world knows that most of them have been bribed. That's the sad reality. It's not just Nigerians that know. It's not just Nigerians that are aware. That's the thing you must know. It's not just Nigerians that are aware of what is going on with Nigerian judiciary system. That's the sad reality. Other nations of the world are looking at us and saying, fantastically corrupt. That even the judiciary do not have a say. They go ahead and they support, irregularities and wrongdoing going on in the nation. And everybody is trying to really understand what is happening. Even the judiciary is wondering, seriously wondering, how did we get here? There are some judges who have said that the judiciary now are the ones destroying the nation because some of them, have been handsomely rewarded. And for you to get to some particular position, you need to, collect some things or be associated with the governor and the rest. And it ought not to be so. Judiciary is supposed to have its own autonomy so that they have their own money, their own system, their own, how they grow and all that. All those things should have been in perspective so that there is no influence from the executive. But sadly, we've seen, drug bureau and the rest controlling Nigeria's economy, and everybody is silent and nobody is really speaking to say enough is enough. So when you look at the whole thing, you begin to wonder to yourself, how did we get here? And what can we do differently in order for this change we are praying for to actually come? If change is to come, every single person will have to act accordingly. If change is to come, every single person will have to, do all that is needed and necessary for this change to come. Leave us a comment. God bless. Bye for now.